2020 is going to be a very important season for Adam Thielen, and of course, you can make that case for several players on this roster. For instance, Kirk Cousins, and quite frankly, any and every starting quarterback in the league, every season is an important year for that player. We get that. However, if the Vikings offense is going to be successful next season, a nice piece of that pie is going to be because of number 19. Now, health-wise, he'll have to rebound after missing 6 games last year. Really, I'm counting 7 because technically he did play in that Chiefs game at Arrowhead, but after basically playing 1 possession, he was out for the remainder of the game. Now, after that Detroit game where he injured his hamstring catching a touchdown pass, even when he did play, because he missed games off and on, even when he did play after that, he was pretty pedestrian, straight up. Now, that was up until the Saints game, the wild card game, where he went off for damn near 130 yards. But beyond the health reasons, this has to be a big year for Adam Thielen, considering the fact that the luxury of playing along Stefon Diggs is no longer there. And I've said forever, as long as they were together, that this is the best wide receiver tandem in the league. Pick your poison. Doesn't matter. You'll get chopped up by one, if not both of these dudes on the football field. The question hovering these two players was, how would one fare without the other? And last year, Stefon Diggs proved that he's a great receiver with or without Adam Thielen. Now, speaking of Adam Thielen, going back to 2018 when he was last healthy, you remember he went 8 straight games with at least 100 yards or more. And then Stefon Diggs, he missed week 9 against the Detroit Lions with a rib injury. And in that game, Adam Thielen, he had 22 yards. The rest of the season, minus the Green Bay game, kind of drifted into the shadows. So now that Stefon Diggs is no longer on this team, the question remains, as a standalone wide receiver, who is Adam Thielen? Now, in terms of single coverage, you can forget about it. I compare this dude to Keenan Allen and prime Larry Fitzgerald. I'm not really all about the lazy white guy comparison. Oh, he reminds me of a Wes Welker, a Danny Amendola. Holy shit. Like, nothing like that. But the route running is beautiful. The ability to twist and torque his body however necessary to still make the catch. Put it like this. A bad throw by any quarterback is still a catchable ball for an Adam Thielen. The same goes for Stefon Diggs, but this takes me back to the divisional game against the Saints in 2017, right before the 53-yard field goal by Kai Forbath. It was in the same drive. Case Keenum threw a duck pass up in the air, kind of straight up in the air for it to drop back down. And Adam Thielen kind of had to stop his route, come back, and twist and torque his body to jump up and make that catch. And that was the play he landed on his lower back. That was the play where he injured his back. So, and also the sideline. He can make the catches on the sidelines, but even if it's up in the air, he will do any and everything possible to get both feet in bounds. So now, defenses will be keying in on Adam Thielen heavy, and who knows, maybe he ups his game. Maybe like Diggs last year, it's not going to matter. But let's say he struggles against more defensive resistance. I think the key factor to bringing back highlight reel Adam Thielen is going to be Irv Smith Jr., who's a dynamic playmaking tight end when given the opportunity. I don't think we've seen the explosiveness from the tight end position with the Vikings since of Asante Shenko, except with Irv Smith Jr. He's quicker and he's lighter. He is a giant mismatch against linebackers, so defensive coordinators will likely have to go to safety to match up against number 84. Kyle Rudolph, you can say the same, but I would say more so with Irv Smith Jr. because I tell you what, the question of who's going to be the player that steps up and can maybe emulate to some degree the field stretching ability of a Stefon Diggs, I think it's Irv Smith Jr. And if you take one safety and bring him to focus on Irv, then that leaves just one safety remaining as the deep safety blanket for the defense, but he has to focus on everything else that the offense is showing him, which leaves more single coverage opportunities for an Adam Thielen. Also play action. Kirk Cousins, one of, if not the best quarterback in the league at play action. If you can sink those safeties and selling the run with a Dalvin Cook, bring those safeties in closer to the line of scrimmage, more single coverage opportunities for an Adam Thielen. Now, I can understand why there may be some trepidation with Adam Thielen now that Diggs is gone, because I've seen this based on feedback by the watchers, subscribers, Twitter, Facebook, talking about over the last couple of months, when Diggs was out, Thielen, he ain't do shit. I can understand why there may be a little bit of hesitancy there. But I think as long as coaching and play calling is laser sharp, and I think Gary Kubiak is going to give you that, and obviously the execution has to be sharp as well, then I think this could be a big year for an Adam Thielen. Now, we thought, again, the tight ends, they're going to be huge in this, and Gary Kubiak, he loves his tight ends, and we thought, or at least I think we all collectively thought going into the 2019 season after we drafted Irv Smith and with the Gary Kubiak hire that, oh shit, this is going to be the year of the tight ends. Now, I thought the tight ends did really well last year, but as far as the numbers, the receptions, the touchdowns, the yards, all that stuff wasn't really there. I think now that Diggs is gone, this is the year that we really see it. So let me know your thoughts. Do you believe Adam Thielen is going to be highlight reel Adam Thielen? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you do, what do you think needs to happen? Do you think he's good all by himself? Single or double coverage, doesn't matter. Let me know your thoughts. We do this at least once a week on Mondays. Mediocre Best Sports Podcast with Realistic Randy. Check me out on Twitter at realistic_Randy, Facebook at Realistic Randy. We'll see you next time.